Hello and welcome back to the TV Show Club, the club where we talk about TV shows that I've been recently watching, viewing and enjoying. Let me know what you've been recently watching and enjoying, and if you've seen one I'm about to talk about, I don't know what you thought about it. I'm sort of conflicted with these episodes of The Boys. Episodes 5 to 7 have been absolutely brilliant. Like, I've loved every single second of it, but I'm a little bit annoyed because we've got one episode left of this season and I feel like it was just starting to get going, it was just starting to pick the pace up. It feels like this season should have been either 10 episodes or episodes 1 to 3 should have just been one episode and would have got 2 extra episodes, because I don't feel like the story is actually moving forward. While I'm really enjoying watching The Boys, and I think we've had some brilliant moments, we've had some brilliant Homelander moments, some brilliant developments with the whole crew, with Frenchie, with Huey, with especially Butcher. Like, the developments of all these characters have been great, but I don't feel like the overarching story has actually developed or moved anywhere this season. The crew is no closer to finding or doing anything against Homelander. We've had no real scenes against them. Season 3 had the whole build-up of Soldier Boy coming in and the predicted fight between them, whereas this season has just fell a little bit flat. And while I've loved the episodes for the comedy and the outlandishness of The Boys and the characters that I love and adore seeing, I don't feel like this season was really needed in a way. It feels like this is almost just a sort of waiting season for the final season, which shouldn't really happen. You should use each season and each episode to drive the story forward, to actually have an impact on everything. I think there's been a lot of filler stuff. Did I really care for the fact of Huey's dad dying? Not particularly. Like, we saw Huey's dad in season 1, and what's that really done for the character? Like, the character of Huey is not really changed or evolved after his dad's passing. It's not moved the story along, it's not done anything. It was just sort of a placeholder of something happening in the season. Frenchie taking himself to prison only to be brought out literally in the next episode, and then he's just back and he's working and he's fine. Like, there's just little things where I just think time could have been spent a little bit more wisely, but I still watch each episode of The Boys and I still love and adore it. I still sit there with a smile on my face thinking, this is brilliant. I love Homelander, I love Butcher, and the reveal of Jeffrey Dean Morgan's character not being real, didn't see that coming. That was brilliant. That actually combats my point where I was like, I don't feel like he's doing anything, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I was excited, and then he's just sort of like not done a whole lot. Makes sense now because he's only going to be in Butcher's head. There's a lot of intrigue in that. There's a lot of intrigue in what is actually going on with Butcher. We keep seeing the little worm going through his head. We've seen him have a blackout and just something's happened. We don't know what, but something. It's interesting to see what will happen with Butcher. I think essentially the show is just leading down a path of having like a final showdown. I actually really enjoyed the fight between when the Deep and Black Noir when they went over to Starlight and Butcher. I thought that was a really cool fight. We've not actually had many scenes like that in this season. There's been a couple, but when you compare it to the previous season, there was a lot more action in that one. Not that it's necessarily needed all the time in The Boys, because it's definitely not. There's a lot more politics that goes into The Boys, but at the same time, be nice to get a couple fight scenes every now and then, you know? I do love the developments with A-Train, with the Deep. I love the developments of the characters. The characters are, like, really just changing and evolving into different people, but I feel like that's all that's happened in this season. The actual storyline of the world has not really gone anywhere. And I might stand corrected when the final episode comes out and I can watch it as sort of a series as a whole and look at the overarching story of the season. But personally for me, I just think this feels like a nothing season that doesn't do a whole lot for anything. I still love it. I still enjoy every episode that I watch, and I'm still excited for next week. But anyway, let me know, what did you think to these episodes of The Boys? And I will see you next time on the TV Show Club.